And we're live. Welcome to another episode of Squeezy Sports. And today I'm joined by Sam, Melly. How you gentlemen?
I'm upset.
Like Drizzy, dog.
I'm
I'm okay,
upset.
thanks, man.
VAR lies. VAR lies.
Yeah,
United
yes.
is not serious. I'm upset. I'm upset.
I, d- I don't know. They really are. I'd say. And just to kick it off, plus one as really you being upset and everything. Um, is it United that's not serious, as in the players, or is it the manager's choices as far as how he sets up the squad, in
For me,
your
it's the
opinion?
players, dog. We don't have to go deep into this. It's the players. When players get injured, when your team is this thin, this is your opportunity to show up. To prove to him that next season you better think about me, because when so and so was injured, when this guy wasn't there, I worked for you. But players aren't doing that, man, and it's disappointing to see, because Ten Hag has brought that energy, he's brought that standard, he's brought that, I don't know what to say, aura, and players
Yeah.
just aren't stepping up to the mantle. And the sad thing is that it's senior players that are also letting me down. Like
Hmm.
what De Gea did was unheard of, dog. That stuff I see here at Gazi, dog. Like I could not believe what that guy did, bro. It was bad.
Yes.
But yeah, Sam. Sorry, how are you, Sam? How are you
Yeah.
feeling about this season?
Let's go to yes. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm okay. Look, I agree with everything, Zweli said. I think, yeah, it's an opportunity for other players to like show up, and if the players are not making use of the opportunity, then I don't know. It just speaks to, the actual depth in the squad.
Yeah,
But I liked the fact that I think it was after the penalty incident where Luke Shaw, I don't know why he was the one doing the press, the immediate
Yeah.
one. But the
Yeah.
first thing he said, whether he was pushing on irresponsibility or not, he is also telling the truth to say we are creating chances still, but it seems like ever since what's his name, Marcus went dry, no one else is coming to the party.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I fully agree. I mean, yes, of course, he thought he was at a Travis Scott concert in the mosh pit, and he raised his hands in the box and costed us the game, literally. But yeah, like Nami on my end, gents, I also feel like the common factor here. I mean, we've seen our team do this over and over again, and for me, the common factor is the players. I just don't think the players are good enough. And that's part of the reasons why, even at the beginning of the season, my expectations were very low. I just wanted to see how Ten Hag is gonna, implement his style and everything. And I just think we just don't have players who can implement what he wants on the pitch. And so that's part of the reasons why we find ourselves in the predicament that we are in. Um, and another question: do you guys think it's fatigue that's causing this, perhaps? I mean, when you look at the amount of fixtures that Man United played this season, we played a shitload of games in
yeah,
comparison to everyone else I'd say even in Europe, I can
yeah.
even say in Europe. I think we've played the most fixtures. But do you guys perhaps think it's that as well? Do you think players are now like, it's not just only physical fatigue, but also mental? Like, for instance, Luke Shaw, lapse of concentration, him
Yeah.
lifting his hand. Do you perhaps think it's that? I'll start off with you, Sam, and you're on mute, mate. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks. And I suppose
Mm.
when I think of the first season, it's like it reminds me of Klopp in his first season. I
Hmm.
think even his first two seasons, he used to moan a lot about fixtures.
Yeah.
And used to moan a lot about winter. But I think Eric used the same 11 or at most 13 or 14 players for
Yeah.
a long time. So, yes, it could be a factor coming in. So, maybe for him, it also comes back to the first point that he needs alternatives who he knows he can also plug in. Classic game is Sevilla. You are 2-0 up, and the changes he made, yeah, those changes. I mean, if you're 2-0 up at home, I also don't blame him because he's like, I have full trust we're playing at home, but you just saw the lapse in concentration, the drop in quality. So it's half and half. The players are tired because yeah, you also went through a high of winning like a cup. I don't necessarily want like the team winning cups in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
So and then so you have those highs, but you also have those games like the 7-0 game, and then of late, what we've been seeing is the team playing a different way in the second halves. Like, yeah, the team is just
Yeah.
flat. So it could just be a new playing method, a new training style, and yeah, I mean it's the first season, so I'm not too praised on the actual players, but yeah, it is a point of concern if you want to be challenging for first.
Yeah, yeah. And then you, Melly, do you
No, completely
concur?
agree, bro.
Yeah.
It's a combination of a tight schedule. I mean, I think a lot of people forgot that December. We come from a World Cup. A lot of people that also takes a lot on the mental side of things. Some players have won it, some players have lost it, some players got knocked out in the group stages. So there's a lot of things that they have to think about coming from there, moving forward. Like Sam said, also winning a cup in the middle of the season, these extra competitions on the side are also like weighing on the body as well as the mind. But then it also goes back to what you said, X, that our players just aren't good enough. Because if you look at the most elite teams in the world, some coaches like Ancelotti chop and change their teams like very, very like they
Man.
don't do it a lot. Ancelotti probably chops and changes like once every 5 games. He's got the same set of players, and I know I'm not comparing Real Madrid and United, but I'm just
Hey,
comparing the
dog,
players.
standards,
Yeah,
dog. Madrid
I'm
are
just
all the
comparing the
way
players, and if you
there.
look at players like that who are able to go all the way, it's yeah, it's a mental thing, man. So they might be tired, but it's no excuse. We're paying you big money. Step up,
100%.
step
Now,
the hell up.
100%. That's what I was about to say, bro. Because I mean, we're not Aston Villa
Yeah, bro.
or Brighton. I saw Brighton lost 5-1 to Everton. That's fine.
That's
For
okay.
Brighton, they're not
Yeah,
gonna trend on Twitter. They're not gonna experience any form of abuse. Their players are not gonna be racially abused in any way. It is what it is, and I'm not saying that it's.
yeah,
I'm not condoning being racially abused. It's just that because Tina, we are a big club, there's more people who comment. Whenever
yeah.
we mess up, and so for me, I feel like personally, even when it comes to recruitment, yes, it's important to recruit players who have the ability, but I think they also need to do some aptitude testing, Yana, just to see the guy's psyche where they are
Yeah,
mentally.
yeah,
Personally, I think it's all in here more than anything. When you look at teams like your Madrids, teams that constantly compete for the big years, my favorite trophy, club trophy, Champions League. It's also that, I mean, I'm not sure if you watched yesterday's game, guys. I know. We're talking about Man United, but when you watch like Real Madrid, they were under pressure, and then all of a sudden, nje, they get one opportunity, go.
Benny.
See what I'm saying? It wasn't. They're a threat. They're a threat. Even if they don't have the ball, they just with Real Madrid will make one break, and that in that one break they'll ensure that they put the ball in the
Yeah,
back of the net. And I just feel like mentally our players aren't there yet. In my opinion, there's in our team there's only 3 players that I think we can build upon, and that's Licha,
of course.
Varane, and Cass. Those are the only 3 players, me personally, who I can say these guys. Yeah, but yeah, Sam, I hear you disagreeing. What's up?
Yeah, I'm groaning because ever since Casemiro
Yeah,
came back from his, I don't know whether it was a ban. Hey, the man has been performing shockingly. I don't
yeah,
know if you guys have been watching him.
yeah,
I'm like,
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
Casa, got you?
yeah.
No,
It's the red
no.
card, bro. Angti, when he got the Angti's gotten two sending offs. I think he's reduced his aggression due to that. That's just what I think personally. I just feel as if he's just been a bit shy. He's afraid of creasing his Air Force Ones. You know those guys who rock white Air Force Ones. They don't wanna even crease them in any way, shape, or form. I just feel
Yeah,
like he's on that tip currently. But
yeah,
yeah, man, Sam, you are right. I fully agree with you. He has, of course, dropped. It's dropped. Actually, I just feel like our team, since Licha and Varane aren't there, especially the initial press, we struggle breaking the initial press. As Licha was very good at breaking that initial press, and so it just shows you as well in our recruitment, you need to be press resistant. I don't want guys who can't play with their back against the goal. They need to be able to play their football even when they're under pressure. Like even Arsenal against Newcastle. You guys saw Newcastle were all over Arsenal, but they gradually got the hang of things and they started moving the
yeah.
ball around. And eventually they control the game. And I feel like that's the levels we need to reach as a club in order for us to move forward. If that doesn't happen, gents, we will
I think
still be in the same roller coaster that we are on right now. Yeah, Melly, you
I,
can
re- I,
go.
re- I really feel like football is such a humbling sport, man. Because like,
Yeah,
listen to the way we're speaking right now. We're speaking about levels. This is
yeah,
Manchester United. We come from
yeah,
an era where we dominated European football completely, and now we're speaking about levels. Hearing things like Martial has only scored 3 goals or 9 goals in 3 years. That's despicable. David
that
De
is
Gea scored the most
horrendous.
mistakes leading to goals. That's horrible. Just
Yeah,
seeing the level of Harry Maguire on the field, it's bad, man. It's bad. And X, I like the words that you're using. Things like recruitment. That's
hmm,
we need to work on that. Behind the scenes, they need to work so that
mm,
on the pitch, things start happening. I really hope
yeah,
this season has opened people's eyes to a point where Glazers leave so that we can get Arab money and then we can
yeah.
buy players that are going to do the things. Because building around Case, building around Leacher, building around who was the other one? Varane, I think.
Overrun. Yeah,
Yeah, that's one thing, but we need niggas that are going to work. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Look at Chelsea. Chelsea's trying to build around Enzo. Doesn't mean it's
Hmm,
gonna work, bro.
Mm.
We need guys that are gonna work when they come to our club. And I think I don't know if
yeah,
I was in the episode with you and Sam, but X, you were talking about we need to buy guys that maybe don't have a big price tag and a big name. A dude like, for example, Moani, who's trying to build himself.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
really I once again I go back to your word recruitment. I really hope that
Mm,
whoever's behind the scenes, whoever's scouting, whoever's working on
yeah,
signing, really do their things because we need players that are going to complement each other moving forward.
yeah. And I know it's Sam's turn to talk, but can I just add another point? I heard through the grapevine that Caicedo, we actually scouted Caicedo. We
What?
actually scouted him, and we refused to listen to our scouts. You see what I'm
Wow.
saying? Yeah, because I need to be so fixated in getting a Declan Rice, marquee dudes who just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, who
Do you,
cost a
do
lot.
you know which era
Yeah,
this was? Was this Ole? Was this Van Gaal? Do you know which era?
last season, like last season, two, like during all this, because Caicedo is
Typical.
21, he's 21, but like
Typical.
yeah, we just did not listen to our scouts because we saw Oguti, there's this kid named Caicedo,
Yeah.
and we chose to turn a blind eye. Same thing with Julian Alvarez. Same
Hmm.
thing with Vlahovic, who's at Juve.
Yeah.
And even who's this guy, man? There's one who Reinik, Fut Reinik, there's a lot of guys Reinik called for that the board was like, nah, chief, we don't know these guys. Tinas Funa, I want to have over 1 million followers on Instagram. If
I
you
was
don't have a
about to say
million, yeah,
having a big
we'll
brand
get
might be working against us here, guys. Because
it,
what
my
the hell,
G.
man? How is Brighton
Yeah,
getting? There's a kid. He plays for Southampton. I think it's
yeah,
Lavia. That boy
yeah,
is amazing.
Yeah,
When I
yeah,
watch
yeah,
that kid play, I'm like, this boy
fire,
should
yeah.
be a 50 dog. This kid is amazing. How is
yeah,
South? Obviously, he's still young, but how is Southampton attracting that kid and not us? Sorry to cut
ah,
your words, bro.
Mm.
But yeah,
100%. Yeah, Sam, did you wanna add?
Yeah, but I think we will always have a actual risk in the sense that buying kids who have promised talent at a big club, yeah, it's always touch and
Eh,
go because
Madrid. iMadrid
No,
iphethe
look.
abantwana abayingakhi. Iphethe
Look,
abantwana abaningi iMadrid,
look,
Sam.
it's very easy to introduce a youngster in a
Yeah.
winning team. So it's very
Okay.
easy to introduce a
Facts.
youngster in a winning team. Even
Yeah.
Julian Alvarez, he's going into City, but you already have a system there going. It's much
Mm,
harder when they come through to a big team. So
mm,
I think it's also good that we've got quality all around in the PL in terms of the actual managers of the club. So they are bringing in talent, which we like you mentioning Caicedo and the kid from that other team Southampton.
mm,
So it's a place where we can go and then shop, but then
mm.
the honest truth is we need a killer and we need a number 9. And I was looking at the log and we have scored 49 goals. Leicester, who are 17th or 18th, have also scored 49 goals. So
Oh wow.
just so you
Yeah.
know, I have no
Yeah.
idea how we are sitting at fourth. Well, the obviously defense was good. So Licha and Varane,
Yeah.
and I have to say when Varane just decides to be fit, they actually have been doing a very good job.
Yeah.
So issues like you're saying, we just need signings, and the signings have to be quality signings because
Yeah.
yeah, 49 goals as 49 goals is what we have. City have got
Mm.
89 goals. Arsenal have got
Listen to that.
83. Newcastle have
Mm.
got 61. Liverpool have got
Yeah.
67.
Yo.
Spurs, although only Kane scores, have got 64. So it
Jesus.
shows. It
Damn.
shows.
Yeah.
Yo, Sam, bro,
And
like, yo, yeah, you can go.
sorry to cut your words, X. The even more scary thing is that I want to speak about Crizzle's statement. Must come back,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Well, yeah.
the
Yeah.
even
Say what you have to
crazy
say
thing
then.
is that when you
Yeah.
look at those teams that you mentioned, Sam,
Mm,
like the goals are spread out across the teams from the
yeah.
midfielders, even defenders. If you look at City, Ake is coming in with a flying header. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? In our team, it's like I think Rashford's number one. I think Bruno's second with like, and his goal tally is
It's
so low. I forgot what it was.
six, I think it is. Yeah, it's low. 6 or
Yeah,
8.
I
It's
heard that
low.
during our
It's
game.
a
I was
single
like, that
digit.
is
Yeah.
scary. That is
Yeah.
scary, man. So yeah, I agree, man. And then I think I was telling you, X, that Bruno has got the most key passes. He's number one in all top five European leagues. So you're right. We
Yeah.
do need someone to finish these chances. Hey, about Veghorst, dog. There was the game that we just played now against West Ham. There was a time, guys, the ball rolled to him
Yeah.
like the goal mouth was open, dog, and he passed to the side. I'm like, you're not a striker. Leave my club. Leave my club.
Yeah.
I
You're
couldn't
right.
believe he didn't shoot, bro. I was
Yeah.
so disappointed. So yeah, sorry. I
Yeah.
just want to add that on top of what Sam said. That yes, we need someone who's going to bang in goals. Yes,
Yeah.
Crizo. Sorry.
Hmm.
You're completely right, bro. Once again, Ten Hag is in limbo right now. He's like,
Yeah.
what do I do? Do I plan for next
Yep.
season with
It's
a
like
small
Chelsea.
budget, or do I go for everyone I want with the big? It's sad. It's crazy, Crizo. It's crazy, bro.
Hmm. I know he's right to Chris because right now it's in our club. There's a lot happening behind the scenes, and of course Radcliffe. I think, Mina personally, I think Radcliffe has doesn't have the money to purchase our club. This is just what I think. G.
Yeah,
I think he's there to just further add, like the Glazers are looking to get as much money as they can for our club,
agreed,
and so I think they're using Old Radcliffe in a way to stretch the Saudi pockets,
agreed.
because our club is apparently okay. The last time I checked, we valued at not more than a billion rather, not more than four
Yeah,
billion US or pounds. I think, yeah, no, it's 4
pound.
billion pounds. Yeah, and these guys are demanding more than five, right? They're looking for
I
like
think the
6.
last time I checked, they wanted like 6.1. I was like,
Listen to
what?
that. You see what I'm saying? So it just shows you that these guys in J, they're just trying to, get as much money as they can to, and of course, the Saudis. I think the Saudis have this thing in them, that anyeke bahlule ubani. Whenever they go for something, they always get what they want, and so
Yeah,
I do believe eventually will be Saudi owned, but I'm hoping it happens before the end of the season. Hopefully during the transfer season, because when that happens, at least now Ten Hag will have the budget that he requires. And yeah, he can of course purchase the players that he needs that suits his philosophy. And a lot of our so-called fan favorites next season, bro. I don't think, especially if we get new owners, I don't think they'll feature as much. They'll most probably be um squad players, which is okay as well. I mean, look at City. I mean, City will bring on Bernardo for Gundogan, for instance.
Yeah,
Like two really solid
like for like.
midfielders, like for like, bruh. Two really solid midfielders. It's just that, of course, Bernardo's more press resistant and has more flair in his game.
Yeah,
But yeah, dog, like I want us to also move like City, bro. Like Rashford comes off the bench. That's a strong substitute, bro. That's a really strong
yeah.
substitute. It's not like when we have to bring in Ilanga, dog. Like
Woo!
like, dude. Whenever we have to substitute, that's when I panic a lot. I just, get a bit hesitant. Do you want to say anything, Sam?
No, no,
Yeah,
I was just laughing when I did see Tenak bring on Elanga versus Sevilla at home. I was like, nah, this
dog.
this is us. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I think it doesn't matter who the actual owners are. Of course, this guy who's coming with a proposal, which will keep the Glazer family some percentage of
yeah,
control or something. So it could be true
Yeah,
that they are just using them to, bid the actual price up. But in terms of
yeah.
funds and in terms of us going into the transfer market, I have never for any season believed that we can't have pool power to actually bring players in.
Mm-hmm.
I think Frankie De Jong's mess was one of the first I saw where we actually wanted the player and it didn't seem like the player wanted to come to us. But when you look at the money spent on Bruno, on Pogba, and like over the seasons, the issue hasn't been that there's no money to sign. It's just there was
Mm-hmm.
no one guiding us on the signings. It was just, buy the biggest names, but do they make sense when you put them
Mm-hmm.
on the actual pitch? So I
yeah.
still believe the money is there. We can always buy. We've always spent when we needed to spend, but when
Good
things are
point.
now so obvious, like needing number nine. This is something we knew from seasons ago. And Ten Hag obviously decided to put trust in Martial. He had a good preseason. But now, for me, I think it will be the first sign to see whether we are actually giving him trust and faith. Because um, I know we spoke about Real, and the way they play for me, like I've always thought like when you when you go from defending to attacking, right? That whole
Yeah.
transition where you get the ball and then you launch a counter attack. I've never seen any team play like them, and they
Yeah,
are obviously lucky because they've got Modric and Cruz. So if a ball gets spilled, there's control, there's one to beat the press and in midfield, and they can release the ball, and then Vini is always away or Karim. So when I look at our team, one of our best strengths under Oli was actually playing that similar type of football, like counter attack. And
Yeah.
if we speak about passes, like there's no player as well who comes as close to as Bruno. Like Bruno can find that pass, and you mentioned about his forward passes before.
Yeah.
So if frustration is still there, besides the game we played where we lost 2-0, I think in Newcastle had like 22 shots,
Yeah.
and then I don't know how many we had on the day, but that was the one game where I felt like okay, we actually deserve to lose. The other ones which we are losing, I still come back to the fact that we're still creating chances, and we're creating
yeah.
chances where you're like, Anthony, like how dog? I know it's your first
Ish.
season, but how?
Dude. Yeah.
So yeah, so I mean, there's something in there in the way we play, in the way Ten Hag wants to play, and then in the actual personnel he has in the team. You do have the quality because we do have Bruno who can find the pass. Marcus can always run past defenders. So yeah. So I want to bring it back now to say even in the signings, right? And I agree that some of the signings have to change. But I mean, as I'm a football purist at times. I don't like the way City operates because the fact that they've got Marius, Foden, and Alvarez coming on from the bench just pisses me off. It
Ew.
isn't fair. It's not fair. But if those are the levels which we need to compete at as well, we also need a
Yeah.
manager who can manage such.
Yeah.
Because once you've got all those people, you also need to manage the fact that some of them won't play. Chelsea being a
Mhm.
good case in point at the moment. So it's tricky. I mean, there is obvious places we need. I still think in that midfield role. I'm not too vouch. Obviously, when he did start, he used to press, he used to help the team, but he doesn't score. And he looks like
Yeah.
he's actually afraid of scoring. Like he's always looking for a pass. I don't know why. And
Yeah.
then Sabitzer has scored, but I just don't know if he's a player who can play in our team consistently. Because in some games, I don't see him on the
Yeah.
actual pitch.
For like
Mhm.
20 minutes,
Uh,
this guy's missing. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So even those signings that we know need to come in, we need to be very careful about where we want to plug those. You've also got the issues of the Ahmad Diallos who are doing well. Do we like give them a chance when they come back? You've got Ganacho who has your first point was the players who are coming off the bench. They need to improve the team. I think Ganacho was one of those. So when he comes
Yeah.
back, there's a place for him in the team. So what do you do with Sancho as well? He hasn't
Mhm.
come to the party. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
we need signings, but when you look at the squad, who are you taking out and who are you putting in?
Yeah.
So
Hey, Control Alt Delete, gents. In Excel, if you highlight the spreadsheet, and personally, that's what I do. But yeah, here's another comment by Chriso. He says, "I've said it before. There are gems out there with low prices. Check. I always say, Yabo Criso, great minds think alike. Yabo France, gents, you never go wrong. You never ever go wrong when you go to France. Look at Kamavinga. How much did Madrid get Kamavinga for? Less than 20 million. Less than
Yeah. I
20
think it was like,
million.
yeah, it was like 18. Yeah.
And this kid is he's killing it in all the positions he's playing. He's playing left back, for crying out loud, but he looks like he's a quality left back, which
yep.
is insane, bro. Because he's the one who assisted Uvini. But yeah, I fully agree with you, Crizo, man. Like it is what it is, man. I'm that type of person. Even on FIFA, I don't sign marquee players. I always scout and bring in guys who are unknown. That's just how I operate. And yeah, I do fully agree
Um.
with your comment. Yeah. Did you want to add,
Uh.
Zweli?
Kamavinga was actually 40 mil, bro.
40.
Yeah.
But look,
But
considering his age, though, dog, like
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I just wanted
he was a
to add
teenager,
that.
dog, like
Yeah.
18 with a high ceiling, best player in his club. I mean, at
Yeah.
Rennes, he was the best player, and Rennes were playing in the Champions League when he was still
Yeah.
there. So it just shows you, Njengo, he's special. He's special,
He
bro.
is. He is, bro.
Very
He is.
special, man. Yeah, and of course,
I
Crizo.
want to
Yeah,
speak to Crizo's previous point, bro.
yeah.
Crizo, I think the problem with us is our brand. We're too much of a
Mhm.
big club to buy small players, which is a stupid mentality. I honestly feel like talent is talent. I mean, you mentioned it there. Let the stars play. Like for
Mhm.
example, when Ahmad Diallo was there, I think we still had Cavani and Ronaldo. There was no chance that kid was going to touch
Yeah.
the pitch. You know what I'm saying? But he
Yeah.
has the talent, and obviously Garnacho also had to wait his turn, which I think is rubbish. Because when you look at what Pep is doing at City, where squad rotation is unbelievable, bro. When I see, I think it's what's his name, Rico Williams. Is it Williams?
Lewis.
Lewis, sorry,
Yeah.
Rico.
Yeah.
Whenever I see that kid starting above the likes of Rodri, above the likes of Gundogan, I'm always shocked. But then you see the kid play, and you're like, okay, Pep, I see what you were doing there. So yeah, no, I completely agree with you, Chris.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't see his next point.
Oh yeah, no. He was speaking about how Anthony
China
China more
Mall
rock.
open. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's hey man. That's
Ngiyayizonda le ntwana le, and you know why ngimzonda? He thinks
what.
he's slick. So you can see with the way like he's always arguing with other players.
Yeah,
Like he actually
going
Yeah.
up
thinks he's
against
slick.
Dunk.
I mean,
Mm.
I
No, but you must believe, Sam. You must believe, bro. Dog. It
look the
starts from
profile.
there.
Look, the profile of the player. It's unfortunate that if you look at all the big teams, right, because of the way they play, They talk about inverting and what. Every big team plays a left-footed player on the right side, right? You've got Mahrez, you've got
Yeah,
Salah, you've got Saka. So the
yeah.
profile of the player is unfortunately in the way we want to play. We need him, but hey, Anthony and Sancho have been shocking.
Disappointment.
Yeah. No, 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 no. For me, with Anthony, because it's his first season, I'll give him that benefit because I do believe there is a player in Anthony personally. I think he just needs to, of course, get our better players around him, and of course develop his right foot. Because even no Mahrez, when Mahrez started at Leicester, he was also a guy who was very predictable. You knew what he was gonna do. He was always gonna use his left. Then after that, he developed that chop of his. You know that chop where he chops to his right
Yeah.
foot. Hey, that one takes your soul, bro. That one takes players' souls, dog. Like, yo. And so when he developed that and started, using his right foot as well, he became unpredictable. And so I do believe and Anthony can reach those levels personally. That's what I believe. But of course, each to their own. Not a lot of people are fans of Anthony. But yeah, it's really. Oh, you don't need
Sorry.
a fan.
Oh no, I am a fan. I am a fan of
Yeah.
Anthony. Like you said, I've given him a bit of time, and I feel like the players
Yeah.
trust him. Like there was a time where
Mm,
he was in the middle of three players, and Casemiro had the ball and still passed to him. I was very shocked. I was like,
mm.
Case, come on! But Case trusts him, Brazilian connection. But I have two questions, gentlemen.
Yeah.
It speaks to what Sam said about Sam
Hmm.
when Sam said Real Madrid is unfair, and that he's a football purist. Saka's best season, I think it's now with 14 goals, right?
Mm.
It's and it's equal to Phil Foden, who's had his worst season, and he also has 14 goals. So I just want to say, man, that's disgusting. Manchester City is also unfair. It's not right
Yes.
what these guys
Yes.
are doing. Foden has been injured for a good 30% of the season, and he
Yeah.
still has 14 goals. Saka's shining that side with 14 goals. Second question. Second point that I want to make to both you and Sam. What would you guys rather have, top four or FA Cup?
Go first.
I'd rather get top four because I think playing in the Champions League helps attract players, and I think the profile of a club is one where we need to be playing in the Champions League. So FA Cup, yeah, I mean it's a cup final, anything can happen, but if we lose, we lose. One thing I'm pretty sure about is the players will be turning up. Hopefully, it's not. Yeah, we've never had. Weird games against City in these cups. I mean, yes, we did lose 6-3 in the beginning of the season, but you saw how fired up the team was. So I
Yeah.
would rather go for Champions League anytime because, yeah, just the profile of the club. And yeah, I'm tired of watching football on Thursday evening, to be honest, guys. Yes, I
Hey,
would rather, yeah,
dude, they don't even have pundits, dog. When it's
the
halftime,
commentary,
it
the
goes to
commentary
a
is
dude. It's
terrible.
it's tired, king. Why you
No,
laughing?
Manchester United was
Dude,
playing in weird places. I'm like, no, no, no,
man,
no.
dude.
I'm a Mike
But
Land. Yo.
I mean, what kills me the most is that thing that there's no ad break. I'm sorry, it just goes straight to ad breaks. No pundits talking about and analyzing a game. Uti, this is what Rashford did. These guys just go, you know what? Fuck this. Even against Barca, when we drew 2-2, the game just ended abruptly. On to the
Yeah.
next one. I'm like, guys, no, no, no. Discussion. Yeah, I know Thierry Henry there with the circles saying, for me, I agree with Sam, bro. I'm with
Yeah.
Sam. I also think Champions League, bro. Yes, FA Cup is a trophy, nah. And of course, trophies are what made Man United what they are right now. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
yeah, that's what makes us one of the biggest clubs in the world is our success. But I agree with Sam, but I also disagree with Sam when I say it's to attract players. We Man United, we attracted Casemiro when we were lost. We lost to Brentford, we lost to Brighton, and we still attracted Casemiro. So as Man United, the brand, we still can pull anyone, bro. We that guy, bro. We Chris Breezy, Drizzy, those type of guys. So we can get whatever we want, dog. We put through at the club, normal
Yeah.
one comes through. So yeah, but Champions League is only
Would
to answer your
would you
question.
Yeah.
And you use it.
Both, but okay, I'm gonna speak about that now. Both you
Yeah.
and Sam are saying the same thing. It's also like what's about us being a big brand. I mean, Sam spoke about it earlier that we still, no matter who owns us, we still have the money
Mhm.
to buy whoever we want, and that's also what you're saying now. So, guys,
Mhm.
I completely agree with both of you. What you guys are saying makes perfect sense, and I feel like there's clubs like Liverpool who are right behind us who are crying for top four. Top four is so valuable in
Yeah.
that it brings that Champions League aura, that caliber, or that level of just being in that competition. You guys saw City versus Real Madrid. That match
Mhm.
was just different gravy, man. Just different gravy.
Dude.
I completely agree, right? But then I have to weigh up both options, and I have to also back the fact that having a medal around your neck creates a different mentality. You are now a winner. And I think when I was watching the City game against Real Madrid, the commentators were even speaking about the fact that everyone in Real Madrid's team has won Champions League, and not one player in City's team has won it. Obviously, we're talking FA Cup and Champions League, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
that winning mentality of saying, guys, I stood on a podium and I lifted that trophy. So I would have understood if that's also what you wanted. Because I mean, Garnacho lifting FA Cup final going into next season. I won something, against Saka, who hasn't won anything. So I
Yeah.
understand both sides, but I completely agree. Top four, just for me, Champions League. There's money, the viewer rights. There's
Mhm.
attracting players playing on Tuesday. Not that it's an excuse, but we play more games. Obviously,
Yeah.
yeah. I value Champions League so much,
And
man.
as well as when we also play against tough opposition. That's another thing.
Yeah,
It's high time we start playing against tough opposition.
yeah,
It's
I
a
agree.
and as well as much as some people may say that we should have like gotten out of Europa earlier, but I think it's good that we actually stayed in these competitions, bro, because that's
Yeah,
what City does all the time. That's what these top teams do all the time. They always are in these cup competitions, And so for me, I don't want us to go be like Arsenal, for instance. No, it's fine. We can get out of the Carabao, get out of the what again, FA Cup, as well as Europa, only for you to bottle the league. So now you pretty much gonna finish the season with nothing. Yeah, well, and this is
Arsenal
no
are trash.
banter. Yeah, but this ain't no banter. But I'm just saying in general, like, just go for these tournaments. Take them seriously, bro. Like, really, take them seriously. Sam, did you
If
want to
it
say
if
something?
it if it means stopping City from winning the three trophies, the holy treble, are your feelings changing now? Would you
No, I'm
then rather
agreeing
No,
with you, bro. I'm agreeing with you. I can't have City win the treble, bro. I
if
so
can't.
would you then rather have us miss out on the Champions League?
I'd
that's a
rather Real Madrid knock them out of Champions League than we win FA Cup. How's that? let,
yeah,
let,
that would be perfect. That
I
that
would
that,
rather
that
I
would
would
be
rather Manchester
yeah,
City win the league and FA Cup and not Champions League. That's fine.
yeah.
That's fine.
I know. No, no, you all right, bro. I fully agree with you on that one, sweetie, bro. Like, hey, dude, they City are moving mad, man. And yeah, but
I
you
can't
guys
believe
think we're
Arsenal.
gonna another thing is that, of course, I never asked you this question at the beginning of the show, but do you guys think we'll make top four, bro? Are you guys confident that we will? Or yeah, okay, we'll start with you, Melly, dog.
That's a 2 point question. He said, "Do I think we'll make it?" And then he said, "Am I confident? Do I think
Yeah,
we'll make it?
actually,
Yes. Am I
yeah.
confident? No."
You
Liverpool
won't
picking
say
up
it in,
form. Our
yeah.
squad is thin. Away, I don't know. It's like when we're on the team bus, the fumes from the bus make us dizzy. I don't know why we can't play when we're not at home. It's very
Yeah.
disappointing. So I'm very scared, man. I'm very scared. And fixtures that I thought we'd win, like West Ham, that we lost. Obviously, it's individual mistakes. Not like the whole game was bad. But I'm not confident. But I still think we'll make it, which doesn't make sense. But I support Manchester United, so that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and then Sam.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. But when I looked at the fixtures, three of the last four are playing at home. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
just that we're playing at home just gives me a bit of confidence. I think Bournemouth is the away game. I think they are safe, if I'm not
yeah, they
mistaken.
safe. Yeah,
So
they are.
hopefully, yeah. So I'm looking at 4 wins, to be honest. I'm looking at the only tricky game being
Yeah,
Chelsea. But yeah, we faced Chelsea this season,
Yeah.
even more so now when things are not going well. So 3 out of the 4 games at home. So I
Mhm.
am, yeah, we should finish top four. And in all honesty, even third.
Yeah, 100%. I also was about to even add because I looked at Newcastle's fixtures as well. Man, they've got Brighton and now what's up? They're also feeling the pressure. They've never been in a predicament like this before, where it's them going for Champions League. It's like Leicester. Remember, Leicester would always be in the top four, and then they end up falling out at the end. And that
Yeah.
also goes down to that experience. So yeah, man, I think actually third. You are right, Sam. Third is possible because they're just 2 points ahead. They just need to, of course, lose, not draw, because of the superior goal difference. And once that happens, we can easily go above them. But for me, Sam, the toughest fixture is Wolves, in my opinion, bruh. We have a terrible record against Wolves, though.
True.
Yeah.
Yo, Wolves
And
Mfethu.
guys,
Yeah.
Liverpool's not losing their last 3 games.
Yeah, they're not. They're winning them all.
Yeah.
Leicester,
Yeah.
Aston Villa, Southampton, they're not losing.
They're not. They're not. So you guys think Leicester are going down? Yo,
How sad is that, bro?
dog.
How sad is that?
Yo. They pretty much pulled like a Leeds. Remember Leeds United now, but they reached the semi-finals of the Champions League. Then following season, they got relegated, dog.
Yeah.
That would be a travesty, man. But anyway, dog, like it is what it is, gents. In closing, did you guys want to add something?
Inter or AC? Who's
AC,
winning
dog.
tonight?
Liao, bro.
Um,
AC.
I have no idea, to be honest. I think what's
AC.
annoying the most is it doesn't matter because even if they get to the final, I don't see any of
Yeah, they're gonna lose.
City. I mean, if
Yeah,
they face City, it'll be a problem. Actually, it may be like a one-sided final, maybe against
yeah.
Real Madrid, but they may, But yeah, yeah, but yeah. Look, if I were to choose between Inter and AC, I think I would go Inter. I saw that Damian is actually starting, and I was laughing when I
Mm.
was looking at the list, and I'm like, Damian is
Another
playing
man's trash. Another man's
playing
trash is another man's
Champions League
treasure.
semi-final. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
look, yeah,
Yeah.
Romelu is also
Cool.
there. So for me, it's
Yeah.
just a soft spot of former players. But
Yeah,
yeah,
former players.
not too
Yeah.
keen on watching the actual game, to be honest. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, no, indeed, man. And as well, Barella, the guys, I rate Barella. Dog. I think he's
oh
a,
yeah,
a
Yeah.
top baller. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting game. Hey, I just like Liao, guys. I don't know why, man.
Same.
He's pace and power, but
And Tomori.
he and Tamori, of course. Yeah, Tamori is yeah, I also rate him as well. Yeah. But anyway, gentlemen, thank you so much for availing yourself. Guys, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please help a brother out, man. Help a brother out. This is a passion of mine. It's my therapy, gents, and ladies, if you're watching as well. So for me, it's just for the support, guys. Please help a brother out. Melly, Sam, thank you, Kings. This is Easy Sports, and we out.
Later.
Peace.
peace.